This is the introduction video for the next set of readings that I'm going to be doing for the month of December. It's going to be every single sign and what to expect in December. We're going to incorporate the retrograde that we're going to have, Mercury retrograde, from November 25th till December 15th. We're going to incorporate the new moon that we have on December 1st, the full moon that we have on December 15th, and I want to see what you know about a situation, what you don't expect about this month, and anything that has to do with like how the overall month is going to be. Then in the end, I'm going to have like a key card. The key card will only be significant if we get a major arcana on it, but it's kind of like a key to help you out for the month so that you can overcome whatever is coming up due to the energy. I hope you enjoy the topic that I'm picking this time. I'm doing a new spread for you guys. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Hello to everyone of the sign of Scorpio. So we're going to go through your December reading. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to try to throw out all the cards first before I tell you what's going on for the month, but I'll let you know what each card represents. And so the first two cards I'm going to be throwing out are the significators of the month. So in other words, how your overall energy will be for the month or what you will be focusing on. You were supposed to have 2, but you have 4. I'll put them together like this and put them on the side. And then now I'm going to be using my mega deck. This is the one that has a combination of 2, the before and the after tarot together, to give you the rest of the information. So the first thing we're going to see is how the new moon in December 1st, that will be in Sagittarius, will be affecting your energy for the month. The second thing that's going to come out is how the full moon, that will be the 15th of December, in the sign of Gemini, will be affecting you. The third card will be how the Mercury retrograde, that would be November 25th all the way till December 15th, is going to be affecting your energy. We're going to be hearing the dog because today is garbage day. Sorry for... Ooh, that was interesting. So all these cards flew out, but this one stayed and it flipped over. That's the one I'm going to take. I am interested, though, in seeing all these cards in the future. Let's see. So Mercury retrograde for you, this Mercury retrograde is going to create a wheel of change for you, Scorpio. I'm actually going to leave these here because I think that when the cards fall out, there's a reason for it. Actually, I feel like there's a lot of energy influencing you in December because, like I said, the indicators of the month, I actually got 4 cards instead of 2. And so there's a lot happening with you, Scorpio. So I find that extremely interesting because I feel like there's going to be a really big shift in the Scorpio placements. So for you guys that have Scorpio in your sun or your moon, it's going to be very big, but then it also will affect other people and wherever it's placed. Now, the thing you don't see correctly in December, wow, the thing you are seeing correctly in December, and how your overall energy will be in December. Come on. And then the last thing is a secret card. This is like kind of the thing that's going to help you. I'm going to keep it down, and it's like, if it's a major arcana, will I worry about it? Okay. So let's talk about the overall theme that you will have for the month of September. This is like for December. This is for the first half of the month, and that's for the second half of the month. I said September, so obviously this is something that was triggered in the month of September. But the first thing we're seeing is the 6th house, and it says as a full-time job, serving, to do it a little at a time. And then the second one is Mercury, communicate, analyze, and let your mind tell you how to. And so I feel like the first section, like the first 2 weeks of the month of December, which would be the retrograde, um, feels very much like you are in the lookout for a new commitment, a new agreement, a new partnership. It feels like you spiritually are on the prowl for something that is more aligned to your energy, and physically you're aligned to something that is more with your energy. So you will find yourself being very communicative, about what your wants are, what your needs are, and how you will no longer accept certain things in your life, which is really good. Just watch yourself, because sometimes Scorpions tend to be a little bit sharp when they speak. Now, second half of the month, we have the eighth house, as it says, as life or death is. As life a wait as a life or death issue. Sorry, I was having problems with that one. Getting and using power, use other people's resources. And then we have, which eighth house is where Scorpio is located, mind you. So this is you really representing yourself, how you are in the second half of December. And then we have Mars, and it says, energize, confront, and force yourself to. So this feels like you're going to be more of the sharp side of Scorpio, where you're very direct, you're very blunt, you're very yourself. We actually have a Mars retrograde happening in the end of December, which I think is going to be highly influencing you. Um, the Mars retrograde is supposed to slow everything down. And in your case, I don't think it's going to slow you down. I think it's going to create a situation where you um you feel like having your power back and being the person that you are is the life or death situation. You will absolutely not bow down to anybody. Um, you feel very fearful, like not fearful. That's not fierce is the word I wanted to say, but everything comes out how it's supposed to. So I feel you fiery, but at the same time, there might be a little bit of fear causing some of this explosive energy. We'll see a little bit more, especially because I think the retrograde is affecting you very, very deeply, because there's so much going on. And this retrograde, it's very influential on you revisiting situations that you think you might have done incorrectly. And so that's why I feel like you're going to be very communicative during that time, because you're like, before I bow down, this time I won't. So the new moon energy will be December 1st. It does not matter if you're seeing this video after December 1st. It's still the influence of that energy of the new moon, the first 2 weeks of December. And what we have is you getting crowned with the Six of Wands. And so what I'm feeling is an activation, a download in your crown chakra, setting you up to succeed. I feel like you're being gifted information, favor. I just heard favor. You're being gifted favor so that you can proactively move into the life that you believe you deserve for 2025. So that's a very interesting energy. Now, the full moon, which will be the 15th in the sign of Gemini, will have you in the duality, right? Because we have the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is a resurgence of a situation. And so I feel this energy. This is probably why the second half of the month feels very like abrasive for you, like you are fighting for your life kind of energy, because I feel like the past doesn't want to let you go. And you're like, flip that. I said what I said. I will burn down whatever I have to burn down, but nobody's going to hold me back anymore. I will not fit in that box anymore. That's the energy you're having. So it's like you got downloaded all this information the beginning of the month. You're starting to analyze things differently. And then all of a sudden, here comes this energy after the retrograde saying, no, 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 you don't understand. You're mine. Go back in the box. And you're like, nobody puts baby in the corner. And so um the retrograde energy has you in this energy. This is the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is this energy of knowing your worth and value. You know you can do everything on your own. You know you can be constructive on your own. You can create what you need on your own. You don't need every person, place, or thing or energy that was around you up to now. It's a an inner knowing of your worth and value, which is what I see with the new moon energy, where you're being downloaded information of your worth and value. Okay, so that's why I'm like, wow, all these came out. Let's find out a little bit about it. See, because what I'm seeing here is this energy where um you're throwing out old belief systems, old downloads, all old things that you had been receiving, and you're in this energy of temperance where you're like, I'm gonna like fill up my own cups and make it my way instead of the way that I've always received it. So it's possible that you're receiving a new connection to a new spiritual team. That's possible. And when you have that happen, the things that used to make sense to you, the way that you used to see the world, the way that you used to perceive people in your reality, all change because you're no longer connected to the same frequency. And this feels no longer connected to the same frequency. Okay. And so this change where you're throwing out the old and you're refilling your cups to something new is going to create a shock page of cups and also a wheel of fortune shift. Now, the wheel of fortune shift I feel is positive on your end, not positive on the people that were keeping you in that like caged animal energy, right? So I'm feeling like before you were limited mentally, physically, spiritually by something in the matrix, like something around you. It could have manifested through family, it could have manifested through work, it could have manifested through the region you live in, but there is something that was oppressing your energy. And in you knowing your worth and value, you saying, you know what, I'm pitching this. I don't like this reality. I don't like this group. I don't like this energy anymore. I'm going to make something different for myself. Right. This feels very magician, but I see it here. Since you came into that realization in yourself, you're kind of like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And that is them losing their fish, because the fish is blessings, it's abundance, it's multiplication, it's good favor, peace, right? That fish jumps out of their cup, which is a surprise because they would have never believed that you would have decided to do this on your own, which changes your fate, but it also changes them. And then this is you kind of like taking off your blindfold and uncrossing your path and realizing you have the power from the beginning to release yourself. And now you're going to be in this energy of the Page of Pentacles thinking, I'm going to look at clearly, because the sunflowers for me are detox. If believe it or not, they actually say that if wherever sunflowers are planted, they have a way of taking out even radiation from the ground because they're so healthy for the ground. And so what I'm seeing is that you're starting to detox yourself and starting to notice healthy ways that you can invest time, energy, and effort in your future. This feels like I'm no longer going to let myself be bound. Okay. Again, now you're in this energy of the Six of Wands. You got it again, and the Empress. So, see, in the beginning, this guy was being crowned, which was your divine masculine energy, right? So, your desire to take action, move forward, and amplify things. Now, this and during the retrograde, your divine feminine energy gets crowned, which gives you this energy of the Empress. Empress energy is one where I'm going to create my reality in my image and likeness. So this is, I mean, it's crazy how that's the reason I like having these two decks together, is because you can see if things duplicate, and they do. So in the beginning of the December time, your divine masculine energy will be crowned, creating a desire to take action, authority, and having that control of your narrative. And during the retrograde, coming to the end of the retrograde, you're going to now crown your divine feminine energy, saying, now it's your turn. You get to create what you want, right? Your inner child gets to have their imagination back. This, all that power comes back. That's a very beautiful feeling. And then we have, because the work is done, we have the Eight of Cups, I feel like this retrograde for you, Scorpio, in the end of the year is one that's going to be very transformative because you're going to finish your work. And this feels spiritual. And as you finish your work spiritually, you might not see too much of that impact in your physical world until a few months ahead of time. I'm hearing 3 to 4 months. So March, April, but it does not matter that you don't see it till March, April. It's already done. Okay. And then what you're not seeing clearly is the Magician card. And that makes sense to everything that I'm seeing up to now. Because the Magician for me is the tools that are already gifted to you based on the work that you've done in this world to help you move forward in the world. And what I'm feeling is an energy of you're not even realizing how much power you have. And this month of December is like an unveiling of this darkness where you're not seeing things correctly to realize how much power you've always had and how much power you gave up and how much power you're reclaiming. Oh, I got chills when I said that. So, congratulations. And then we have what you are seeing correctly is the fact that you have the 7 of Cups. This one's a really interesting energy because the guy is covering his eyes and there's a whole mess of cups behind him, but they're all empty. And I feel like what you are creating in your life or what you're realizing that is correct is the fact that you've kept yourself blind to the fact that everyone, everything, every person, place, energy, or thing that was been around you up to now, they're all empty, that the only one that has something of worth or value that can give to this group or this organization or person, place, thing, or energy is you. This is why there's a duality here. If you're looking, it's like you don't see how you're the magician. You don't want to see how everyone else is empty. And so it's like up to now, you've been holding on to persons, places, things, energies because you assumed that you needed them because you kept yourself blind to the fact that they were empty cups. And so now in coming through the month of December, you're no longer naive to it because the overall energy in the month of December is the High Priestess in reverse. And the High Priestess in reverse is realizing how you've been lying to yourself, right? How you've been stuck in a veil. Because the High Priestess is receiving knowledge, understanding, like learning new things and expanding in it. But upside down, it's like you realized how much you didn't see, you didn't know, how much you kept yourself blind, and it was a you thing. Right? Because sometimes you want to point the finger at another person, but the reality is you're the magician here, right? So even if somebody was doing spell work on you, it wasn't the spell work that was limiting you. It was your inability to get yourself free from the spell work because you always had the gifts to get yourself free. And we have a tendency of doing these, like putting ourselves as sacrificial lambs to people when we don't want to hurt other people or we are so um I want to say believers of the roles that people have, the titles that people have in our lives, that we don't want to hurt those people, places, things, or energies. And that's the reason we hold ourselves back, right? And so this is realizing those titles were empty and they never really represented what they said they did. So why am I going to hold myself back? The High Priestess in reverse is realizing you knew nothing, but now you're going to know, right? Because you're going to use your tools and resources to take everything back in December. And see, now, I don't have a major arcana for the secret. I actually have the Three of Swords. And this is the before tarot. So the swords are not piercing the heart. I feel like it's getting yourself unbroken. That's what December feels like to me for you. It's realizing that you were never broken to begin with, that you were never really the bad guy, that you were stuck in a lie, that now you're going to release yourself from. So, congratulations, Scorpio. And I hope this helps you. We'll see you the next time.